exiting out of the first show, entering into the second show, part of the show, to ease, to make an exciting life. Life is not exciting, folks, if disease strikes you, because you'll then be dependent on hospital drugs, or you'll be dependent on hospital visits and thinking there's a cure. A lot in allopathic orthodox medicine is only to support the symptoms, but definitely not to heal within the organs. What is my project and my mission is to actually understand the symptoms, assist the patient's lifestyle, but also help them to regenerate the organs and revive those organs, get the multitude of billions of cells, increase the oxygen level, reduce the bad toxins, stop the free radical damage, and stop the aging process of the body. So complex. And the younger you will look, the better you will look. Creams, lotions, potions, hydrants, crema lagaijo, hathante, skin te, lip gloss laijo. But what is happening? Dry addiyan, so many dry addiyan I keep seeing in the Gurdwara. So many cracked addiyan, but they think that getting these, no, getting rid of dead skin is great, but there's a real lack of good fats, and what is not smoothening your skin, 7 layers down. Whatever you do on the outside doesn't go more than 2 layers down. Whatever you put inside your body, it will now definitely affect the organs, because bad food will lead on to malnutrition, and malabsorption will lead on to demise and the death of an organ. I did tell you in one of my shows, birth and death are 2 choices we cannot make. It's in the hands of Sache Pasha Akal Purakh, but the letter between B and D is a letter C called choice. You need to make a good choice of your lifestyle. Bibiyan, you need to help your children to make a good choice of food, because je tusi guidance nahi doge, ede vich thodi badi kami hoegi. This is why we launched the cook shows and chat shows, which I can't do on the same level of health shows, which are more medical geared. But each one is linking up with the others, and I hope to see a lot of feedback about cook shows. Amazing that a mass population of young English people and English boys are seeing my shows, and they're calling me the coriander lady, because they love the herbs I put in. And Gore that never used coriander, they thought this was the best thing they have brought into their kitchens after watching a Carl Cook show. How exciting can that be? This is the feedback I got yesterday from hundreds of viewers of how, and it was very nice and emotional to know that all this hard work, that they have never seen such an healthy program that's totally talking about good health and good combinations, and that's from the English community. Great. So nice feedback, but that also helps me to know where I'm going wrong and what else I can do, because talking about perfection in every program, whether it's cook show and whether it is editing, whether it's airing, whether it's lighting, it's all got to be so great, because then the end product gives us a high credibility of good programming and good high definition. And that I can certainly say we are all par on the cook shows now, as higher than the English community and their cook shows. It's such a joy. Obviously, the major enzymes of proteins, which is protease, another product that I do, those that are involved in the digestion of fats, and lipase and amylase, these are what pancreas secretes in the cholesterol. And pancreas, when it's damaged, these cells die, and it's impossible for these cells to live without the pancreas, providing that the person takes insulin, proper and regulation of blood glucose concentrate and pancreas enzyme supplements to aid digestion. You now need supplements. You now need insulin, glycogen or glucose. This is when the pancreas cells have been damaged. Obviously, there is a problem with the big C factors, that inflammation of the pancreas, which is called pancreatitis, and is often associated with the recurrent gallstones and chronic inflammation of the pancreas. And other reasons of failure of pancreas or pancreatitis could be measles, it could be mumps, and some medication can also damage the pancreas. We won't name which one. A sting from a scorpion insect. If you are at the beachfront and a scorpion has stung you, I've noticed a lot of my English patients come to me with scorpion bites and bites of several different insects in the sea, or some of them in the base of the skin have something living in there, which I have to send them for surgical removal, or then have to give them some parasite program, an antifungal program for their feet. And a sting of a scorpion can certainly destroy the pancreas. It has got such a dangerous kind of venom or a liquid that can destroy the pancreas, and that can lead on to pancreatitis. So be very careful. Walk on the beach, but with slippers. I never walk barefooted because we don't know what is creeping around. And the sea certainly is not the sea that used to be in our bachpan in Kenya and Mombasa in 60s, when the sea was certainly clean. You did not have oil, you know, all these huge tankers leaking oil into the sea. And man has destroyed the earth and are now themselves saying, oh my God, the ozone layer, there was a program about the ozone layer, now saying that because we, over the 10 years, have done something about ozone layer and reduced the CFC gas, the blue light around the ozone layer has come back and it's in recovery mode. But over the last 2 years, we have now increased those gases again, and we are damaging the ozone layer. So Rab ne dharti te wo sanu ditta which we destroyed. There was a room of recovery. Mankind is now saying, oh my God, we have now destroyed the ozone layer, and the sun's rays are so dangerous. Oh, cover up, you must wear a cream. Those creams also are cancer causing. So make the right choice. You know, the letter C has to be correct. Obviously, also recurrent jede gallstones kidda bande ne with fatty foods, bad foods, excess bilirubin, you'll make gallstones. The other reasons, pancreatitis jeda ho raha hai, also associated with jaundice. A lot of Asian young newborn babies are associated with jaundice. Very quickly they say your baby has jaundice, give them water. Jaundice was obviously ganne da ras with adrak and hoega kali mirch are one of the two cures for jaundice. If you're in India and you have jaundice, ganne da ras is the one miracle cure with adrak, kali mirch and nimbu. Amazing. Major recovery, because there's so much fire, you need the coolant, and ganne da ras has to be the best one. And this is where, when I'm in India or in very hot countries, 20 lemons a day, which is normal here in UK, but out there would be more than 20 lemon juice a day, by about 5 coconut water a day, followed by ganne da ras maybe once every other day, to help to keep the thand in the liver. Very important. Also, pancreas causes pancreatitis disease can be caused with fat digestion and excess secretion of the bile. Pancreatic is often present, titus is also present in patients who have pale stools or dark urine. Cancer of the pancreas is also becoming very prominent, and it is very difficult to treat pancreas cancer, and often is diagnosed in the 4th stage, and that is a stage of no recovery, and that will then lead on to a very sad demise of a patient, who then can have quite a painful slow death. But those 4th stage, by then there's nothing more than maybe a month to 3 months. Then smoking, obesity, overweight and diabetes also leads on to pancreatitis and failure of pancreas. There can be genetic conditions. 30% of tobacco smokers do and can get pancreatitis, and also genetic genes can get you to have pancreatitis issues. There are obviously type 1 and type 2 diabetes. I'm going to stay on that for a moment, because look, I have spent quite a bit of time on type 1 and type 2 diabetes. But just today, because we are making a choice of the one organ for you to understand about pancreas and what its functions are. Type 2 diabetes is the most common in Punjabi people and in Asian people, in a victim of in every home. The causes of the blood sugar in this form of diabetes usually are a common combination of insulin releases and impaired insulin secretion. And both genetic and environmental factors are playing an important role in the development of this disease and progression of this disease. Sometimes this calls on you, you think, okay, I can do my dietary change, but certainly you must get in touch with me. I give the most amazing products for blood sugar for imbalances and helping you to digest and turn around type 2 diabetes to no diabetes at all. That is through regimental work and dedication from yourself and myself. Nothing is done overnight and not over a month, but many months. Do not become a victim. Make a right choice, the letter C. Ringing bells again. We are birth and death, not our choice. Choice of good health, certainly your choice. The management of type 2 diabetes, obviously, organ. 23 feet long is the large intestine and 5 feet long is the small the large colon, and 23 feet long is a small intestine. Longer than this room put together, my God. So that is the complexity and the way the food has to go through the system. A stool that has to be out of your food, the food you have eaten after 6 hours to 8 hours, 2 to 3 bowel movements a day, otherwise you are constipated, period, final. Even if you say you're having a good bowel movement, sorry, you're constipated. 2 to 3 bowel movements a day are a must. Obviously, my aim is to reduce the blood sugars to normal ranges and reduce the insulin sensitivity. That is what I project with my herbs. So, जिन्होंने हुणे tune in किया clinic the appointment सगिया 07886880591. Email ID manjeetkaur51@yahoo.co.uk. For the Glasgow patients, I'm having a marathon clinic from the 10th to the 15th. Maybe 10th evening, but definitely from the 11th to 15th of August. First come, first serve basis. But do not call me on the 16th when I'm literally stepping and driving out of Glasgow, because I wouldn't plan to come back. I don't know what alarm system is interfering here and disturbing me. There's some very loud system seriously distracting me. So obviously the type 2 diabetes is what I've explained. Type 1 diabetes, let's go on to that. Type 1 diabetes is a chronic autoimmune disease which is the insulin secreting cells of the pancreas, the immune system. It attacks the insulin secreting cells of the pancreas. In such cases, insulin is needed to keep the blood sugar levels at its optimal ranges, and lack of this will lead on to high blood sugars. Any blood sugar that is going above 15 to 23 or 18 to 23 can put a patient into coma, and that means the brain has got no sugar. A brain is the only organ that needs glucose sugar to survive. The rest of the body does not need sugar or glucose, but fruit sugars, sugars from carbs, sugars from vegetables, sugars from rice, or carbohydrate sugars from foods are different sugars, but not chitty, sweet, poison sugar. which our Punjabi people are so subjected to. So the sugar sweet poison is one of the biggest problems of the demise over years and years of taking it, that then you will 10 to 12 years of subjecting your body to dangerous sugars and mathai and milk cake and laddu. That's so bad. Obviously cheap oils, that cooking oils, corn oil, vegetable oils, Bibiyan will not stop using them. And people who are using all these road fast foods which are cooked on high heat, Chinese foods cooked on very high flame with very cheap burnt palm oil, keep a lookout, those are not the best foods. MSG added on, flavor enhancers, high amount of salts, vegetables are killed on high heat, low heat or steaming vegetables, but adding in other fires to help reduce bloatedness. Boiling vegetables is not the best choice. Indians obviously are making turkas above 100 degrees and killing the food to make it so tasty for the tongue, but seriously carcinogenic and zero-calorie food, which is called dead food on the plate. Anything that is beige and brown is dead. So keeping the colors of the vegetables as they are given by Mother Nature, those are great, and carcinogenic oils and burning oils are seriously dangerous. Indian breads, Indian atta, obviously huge problems with wheat, and especially the Roundup spray that is put onto wheat just before picking it up. Those are serious issues. Red meat, processed meats are really, really bad for the pancreas. Does not like red meats, does not like processed meats. Folks, it is a Akal channel, but the vision of Akal channel as Horizon is very modernized and open. We are addressing all children and communities of all walks of life. So my program is just not catered for Punjabis. I have so many Gujaratis, so many Hindu patients, and so many Muslims. Respect to all. And thanks for your appreciations. That a lot of Muslims are watching my health shows and cook shows, and it's so nice to know that it's highly appreciated. High fat, sodium and sodium carbonate and high calories, seriously dangerous. And obviously the biggest culprit would be you would be gaining weight, and that would not be helping your blood sugars. Weight gain and large abdomens of Punjabi people, and a lot of Punjabi men and women after childbirth, they think that because they have born a child, it's okay to have a large saggy stomach. No exercise regime is followed after cesarean. After at least a month and a half, you should start regimental routines. And if your stitches have inflamed or are infected, then you need to wait for 3 months. Asita belna vi lende hunde sige, and hot bottles rolled on the stomach to reduce the stomach fat and to stick it back. No oils used for stretch marks. Skin is crystal clear. Children were 10 pound plus in weight. So that goes to say there was something correct. Diabetes does not really help when your diet is incorrect, or if you go on a fast food diet thinking, let me do starvation and my blood sugars will come down. Deprivation of good food will lead on to diabetes. Diabetes actually is a disease of the rich. People who can afford rich food, people who can afford food that poor people cannot. A poor person will not have diabetes. All these Western diseases are food of the rich. Up north, it's white bread, it is chippy diet, chip and fish, and it's maybe 1 carrot in 2 weeks, and full fat cream and margarine. That's a staple diet. Obviously, you know, a lot of misunderstanding about diabetes, thinking you can go for sugar-free stuff. Never be bluffed by this word, say for diabetics, or avoid foods that are labeled diabetic or suitable for diabetics. You need to look what else it contains. They certainly are not. A lot of people will say, my diabetics, the biscuit khaniya. But those certainly are not. Those are a way of marketing and writing information, but you need to look at those. Keep on looking at the cook shows every Tuesday and Saturday. I was also quite horrified to know some of the people who just found out from word to mouth when I go to social events that although they're watching a call, they still do not know about the cook shows and the health shows. And that was disturbing, because 1.5 years of mission, it appears I'm not reaching a broad bracket of people at all, still that need to know more about their health. Obviously, even if I'm going out, I will make an effort to carry my own juices. I'm not going to be depending on any kind of masked mango juices which are saturated with sugar syrups, and those are seriously bad. And you think you're at a wedding and these juices are put in nice wine looking glasses, but they're certainly not healthy. I certainly avoid the main course because it's not the one that I would eat. I would prefer to definitely avoid the white naan bread. You'd probably be better off having a salad with a bit of a smaller portion of rice, and keep watching the cook shows to understand. Bad foods for diabetics or pancreas, obviously bad sugar blues, and having these sugar cravings through fast drinks and caffeinated high coffee drinks which are raising your energy levels are seriously dangerous for pancreas. This is now you're seriously punishing your pancreas time and time again by ingesting 8 teaspoons of different kinds of sugars. And so go health bars and breakfast bars, so sweet that first thing in the morning you are making your pancreas go berserk to make glucose and glycogen that will not balance throughout the day. You have now disturbed an organ early morning and made it very unrested. So avoid that. Blood sugars obviously spikes up more with these things. Tea addictions, and having 1 cup of caffeinated drink is fine. Opt out to go for decaffeinated. Decaffeinated drinks are often removed, the caffeine is removed with sulfur. So having the sulfur composition compounds left in these decaffeinated drinks do not help you. That's another load of toxin in your body. Choose out for maybe once a while the real poison, as in a caffeinated drink. A black coffee once a while, quality, smooth black coffee is good for the blood thinning as well. Obviously, going in for a lot more organic food. Punjabi diet is roundups, so much of it is with this wheat. Go for organic spelt flour, go for flour mixes. I've so many times in my cook shows talked about flour mixes, and these are used at the last minute of spray to stop any other parasites or funguses developing on the wheat grain. Good foods, let's go on to that. Avoiding all the fried up foods. Obviously, do have karele, but in semi-cooked form. Do not fry karele. I did karele with mung beans stuffed, and it was amazing. Children who had never had karele had shown to their parents that they'll never have this green, bitter stuff, ate the karele and broke the record of their promise. That was amazing through the cook shows. Sprouting is another story. Bibi are not doing sprouting beans. Obviously, that is highly appreciated in the cook show. Still, the benefit or investing in a good sprouting machine. 30 days of consuming mung beans, known fact is people do have better sugar levels. Sprouting methe de seeds, very important. Cinnamon tea, half a teaspoon, not those who have heartburn. So do not call me and say manu heartburn sika, main cinnamon cha dalchini di cha le liya, I got worse. Blood sugar pinya are amazing, in which we have karele, is superb. Jene vi khadi, they have benefited a lot. Obviously josh de naal te hosh de naal kam karo, and hosh and josh ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਸੋਚਣੀਆਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਬੜੀ ਹੋਸ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਔਰ ਜੋਸ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ, it doesn't help. Okay, obviously going on to the final juice of the day, which is going to be half a karela, or if it's small, it will be 1 whole karela, 1 inch by half inch haldi, 1 celery stick, a handful of all the bitter greens, which is the rocket salad and the green salads and the watercress, with half a teaspoon of black pepper. What a magical drink, never given it in any shows. First launch here on Akal channel. I hope you will make this juice and you'll thoroughly enjoy it. The bitterness of the gourd, which is called a bitter gourd, simple, is what helps the pancreas to stop making too much glucose or glycogen. On this sweet note, but not sweet on sugar, may I take you to another journey of another health show of mine with Manjeet Kaur. For Glasgow patients, please do book your appointments well in advance, not to cause disappointment. I'm going to be a stone throw away in G3 code from the August the 10th till the 15th. I return back down south on the 16th. Do not panic. First come, first serve basis, done by confirmation of appointment. Muh jawani koi appointment nahi milegi, and no call in or walk in clinic. I will, on a very fine evening, another very warm day, take you to another health show with myself, Manjeet Kaur. Hit like number te 07886880591 te phone karke appointments lo. Par on a Tuesday 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 6 din thode waste hazir howange, but not Monday night. 7 din howange, but Monday 8 baje telephone lines close. Take care of yourself and each other. You only get one pancreas. Are you going to make the letter C choice of good health, choice of looking after your pancreas, choice of watching my future shows, and choice of watching the cook shows? Take care of yourself and each other with Manjeet Kaur. Sat Sri Akal. Good night.